Chaos at Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport is now ensuing after nearly 300 flights have been thrown off schedule. Thousands are stranded and aviation authorities are racing against time to fix a crippling technical failure. Delhi Airport has now plunged into chaos as a massive technical failure inside the air traffic control systems has brought operations to a near standstill and a halt. Nearly 300 flights have been delayed, leaving terminals packed and passengers scrambling for answers. The disruption began after a critical malfunction hit the automatic message switching system, or the AMSS, which is a core component that feeds flight plan data to controllers. Now, with the system down, controllers were unable to retrieve flight plans automatically. Every single plane had to be prepared manually, triggering a domino effect of delays across India's busiest airport. What followed was unprecedented. Long queues snaked across the boarding gates. Passengers waited for hours with no clarity, and airlines struggled to manage the mounting backlog. Major carriers including IndiGo, Air India, SpiceJet, Akasa Air all reported significant delays, with data showing average departure delay of nearly 60 minutes. The Airports Authority of India has confirmed the system failure and assured passengers that it is technical and the teams are working on top priority to restore normal operations. Delhi International Airport Limited has also issued a statement saying that the issue was being addressed in close coordination with ATC, DIAL and all the other stakeholders of the aviation sector in India. But on ground, frustration is now growing. The airport, which handles over 1,500 flight movements every day, struggled under mounting pressure. Crowded terminals, anxious passengers and airline counters flooded with queries painted a picture of complete disruption. With controllers still relying on manual processes, officials warn that clearing the backlog will take time. For now, passengers continue to wait, hoping that the system is going to be restored before the chaos deepens any further.
A massive chaos has been seen since early morning at the different airports of Delhi and northern region, and the main reason behind that is the technical snag that has been in the ATC, which is air traffic control system, and because of that people were stranded. They had to face issue, and it was not only in the incoming but outgoing departures as well. After that, advisories were released from different airlines, whether it's IndiGo, SpiceJet, Air India, and they were clearly advised to check on the flight details before they move out of their house. Also, several people are stranded because of this. This happened last evening as well, but got resolved. But then since early morning, people had to wait for several hours because of the delay in flight and incoming and outgoing departures as well. Also, you can see there on the visual, we have the flight check-in information and flight check-out information as well here. The board, as you can see in the visual, their information are continuously being played, and people are advised to have a look at this board and keep an idea about their flight timing. And as you can see in the visual, that here people are waiting at the airport for their family, for their friends and their beloved ones. Let's listen in from one such person who is waiting here for his daughter from last few hours. सर, क्या नाम है आपका?
गौतम कोचर।
आप यहाँ पे फ्लावर्स के साथ किसका इंतजार कर रहे हैं?
अपनी बेटी का।
अच्छा, वो कहाँ से आ रही है?
कनाडा।
कितना डिले हो गया है फ्लाइट?
जो 255 पे आनी थी, अब 333 पे आ रही है।
अच्छा।
एयर इंडिया की फ़्लाइट है AI 188।
तो आप कितने देर से इंतजार कर रहे हो यहाँ पर?
2 आवर्स इंतजार कर रहे हैं। या
अच्छा, आपको कुछ एडवाइजरी जारी किया गया, कुछ बताया गया है कि क्यों डिले हो रहा है?
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ एडवाइजरी नहीं, ना ही कोई अनाउंसमेंट है। डिस्प्ले बोर्ड पे डिस्प्ले हो रहा है कि 333 पे आ रही है।
इससे पहले जो है वो डिले धीरे धीरे होता जा रहा था कि पहले आपने बताया ना 1 घंटे का डिले है,
33 मिनट्स का।
अच्छा, 33 मिनट्स का डिले है। अच्छा, तो अभी ये क्या बात हुई आपकी बेटी से, कितने देर में आ सकती हैं?
बेटी का फ़ोन तो स्विच ऑफ है अभी, ठीक है ना। जहाँ डिस्प्ले बोर्ड से डिस्प्ले में शो हो रहा है 333 पे आ रही है।
अच्छा, तो और भी लोग आपके साथ अभी कुछ देर पहले से इंतज़ार कर रहे थे क्या यहाँ पर?
लोग यहाँ पे इंतज़ार कर रहे हैं, किसी की अमेरिका से आ रहे हैं, किसी की UK के आ रहे हैं। अलग अलग पेरेंट्स यहाँ पे वेट कर रहे हैं सब।
क्या लग रहा है पहुंच जाएगी अगले 1 घंटे के अंदर?
हाँ श्योर.
Now several people are stranded as well as of now, and they have been advised to keep patient and keep on checking the advisories and also their flight timing before they move out. With camera person Pratap, Aparna Jha, News9 Delhi.
All right, well, you heard it there. Many people are stranded. They've been waiting for hours now to get hold of the near and dear ones as flights operations continue to be delayed in the IGI airport. Joining me on the show is Captain Prashant Dhalla, is a former flight operations inspector, DGCA. Also with us is Captain Akshay Chopra. He's an aviation expert and a former IAF pilot. Thank you very much, the two of you, for taking time out. I want to come to you, Captain Dhalla, first. What's really happening, sir? We now know that this chaos has been growing, hour by hour, and that there is a technical fault with the ATC. Can you explain to us what exactly has transpired?
You see, the last 48 hours has been very challenging, so to speak, in the Indian aviation spectrum. It has started with a malfunction in the GPS system. And like you very rightly said on your channel, that it led to a domino effect. You know, the other departments, such as the ATC, the flight operations, the safety, the air navigation, also get the detrimental effect because of such kind of issues. You see, it is very important for the viewers to understand the difference between what is jamming and what is spoofing. This terminology has been, very vastly used, so to speak, in aviation. However, the regulator was proactive. How I say that is that in the year 2023, there was a circular already issued in this regard by the DGCA, telling all the pilots that in case you're in the airspace and you're facing such kind of an issues, you're supposed to follow a safety risk assessment. You're supposed to inform the air traffic control, and thus, the regulator was proactive in, taking those steps. However, in the last 48 hours, we see different airlines, the pilots reporting to the air traffic control the mismanagement, if I can take the liberty to use this word, that the system, the GPS system, is getting corrupted. It is getting weak signals. It is getting, misinformation, which is causing an havoc in the air traffic control setup, so to speak, in the Delhi airport. Now coming to the cascading effect of what is the remedy to this, and what is the, the system's check. You see, the Airport Authority of India, along with the DGCA, carries out a calibration exercise of all kinds of navigation equipments, installations at the airport. This is a repetitive, process which the both the regulator bodies follow. Now, to understand that what kind of an issue is taken place, it is too early to comment at this stage. However, we cannot rule out a cyber attack also.
All right. Okay, so, I think that brings me to an important question. And before I come to Captain Chopra, I have to ask you, is that something that people should be worried in the long term? Are we reading more to it? Or is it just a technical glitch that can be fixed in a couple of hours from now?
You see, the regulator has a set of engineers, scientists, and it is a collective effort wherein the pilots have the reporting culture also present. And the threat monitoring analysis exercise is, while we speak, is being carried out at all the airports.
Okay.
So this kind of a phenomena should not be taken in that much hype. However, the massive delays which has caused the passengers, long waiting and leading to a chaos at the airport should not be ruled out. And I think the government is taking proper procedures to mitigate that.
All right, the government is taking proper procedure to mitigate it, as we are also hearing from the government that this is going to be a matter of time, but it also has a cascading effect, Captain Chopra, on other flights. As more flights continue to be delayed, the flights after them continue to be delayed, that cascading effect is going to be difficult to mitigate, which means, at least in the interim, many passengers will be suffering.
First of all, thank you for having me. And let me first explain the make core point, which most people are missing here, especially the passengers are confused about, because they're getting this word AMSS, continuously everywhere on the screen. So most people don't know what AMSS is.
Okay.
me give you why, the reason why actually this can be very serious, and this is also a wake-up call for the DGC and the ATC system, especially in India. Now, the AMSS or the automatic message switching system is basically, it's like a central nervous system for the ATC. Okay. Now, all the flight-related messages are stored, received, and then routed to different ATCs and the flights, which includes your flight plans, your NOTAMs, your weather and departure and arrival timings, and everything is going through AMSS. Now, the main and how it can be why this delay and why this lineup has happened or this snowballing effect has happened, because let's say today I'm a pilot and I file a flight plan automatically electronically. It goes to the AMSS and then it goes to all the respective radars and the ACCs and given to the ATCs and then given to all the respective airports around. Okay. Now, if there is a delay, especially in a critical airport like Delhi Airport, which is handling more than 1,500 flights every day, there'll be a massive lineup in the air, and also because you know it's very difficult to handle AMSS manually. Now, the question is whether it has a backup system. Yes, there is a backup system, but it's quite redundant. However, somehow in this particular case, even the backup system did not function. That's why they had to handle things manually, which takes a lot of time. It's error prone. It's very slow system. That's why this delay which you are seeing is happening. Now, why I say it's a wake up call for the ATC is because if you check FA in US and the Europeans in Europe, those people have already done away with these things and they already have triple to four different lines of backup systems available. So even if one system fail, automatically other one comes up. If the second system fail, they have a geographical different location for a backup system, which again, third one comes up. So these things have to be something, of course, right now we have to focus on the glitch and fix it up. But we have to focus on the multiple backup system for such a critical system in ATC.
All right. And can we also, I think this is a question that a lot of people have at the moment, can we rule out any foul play, Captain Chopra?
No, as of now, look, with all the, first of all, such a problem has never happened in ATC in India or even abroad. We have had minor functions with radars, with ATCs, but such a major backup system failing has never happened. So we cannot rule out an attack or something. However, till now, there is no such confirmed report from anywhere, whether DGC or ATC, nobody has given such a report. So, but yes, we cannot rule out.
All right. And would you agree with that, Captain Dalla, that we can't rule out at the moment, but it would be too premature to say otherwise or to, in fact, be sure of anything, because until there is a report that comes out and really determines the cause of such a failure or a glitch, we don't know whether it was any sort of foul play or any external agencies were involved.
I completely agree with what you just said. It is too premature at this juncture to comment in terms of an attack. However, a very important point is also that, runway in Delhi, especially runway 10 and 28 is also under maintenance. So for the air traffic control, there is a lot of pressure to handle that air traffic. And it will be under maintenance till the November 27th. We should also not undermine this fact that there is an upgradation exercise happening at the airport. We are trying to transition to a category 3 system to handle the fog flights. And you see, so like I said, it is a domino effect. It will lead to some kind of a chaos and confusion. However, we must rely on some great minds available in the air traffic control, in the operations department. Also, safety should not be hampered at this juncture. So the government is looking at it very minutely.
Okay, so Captain Chopra, coming back to you, we know now that flight paths are being prepared manually, and that's a time-taking process. How long before you believe that the issue is able to be sorted and the authorities are able to grasp the nature of the problem, to what extent it's a problem, and are able to, perhaps come up with a solution? What sort of timeline are you giving to normalcy coming back to IGI Airport?
So we have all the experts in place in India. We have best of the technical people available to fix this glitch. And with all my experience, I can say 24 to 48 hours maximum with such a major, if the glitch is quite major. Otherwise, it can be fixed a bit early also. But I would always request one thing, and I said in previous videos also that we should convey this message very clearly to the people on the airport through our news channels and through different mediums, even at the airport, to the passengers, so that they're not under any confusion, or they're not scared there what is happening, why this problem is happening. So the only thing I always request is, please convey it. People are very smart, they're intelligent enough to understand these problems. Somebody should be there to take the responsibility and convey it.
Absolutely. I think clear communication will be extremely helpful to all the passengers who are going to be boarding from Delhi. In fact, it's not just the outbound passengers, Captain Della, it's the inbound flights also which are facing similar delays. 500 plus flights yesterday. Since this morning, about 200 flights have been delayed, 171 to be specific. How long before, even after the system gets better, how long before we are able to arrive at a timeline where flights are to be operated normally? So, because it's as I mentioned, every flight that's delayed now results in a future flight being delayed as well. So what sort of timeline are you giving for normalcy, even if the systems, let's say, as Captain Chopra pointed out, get better in the next 24 to 48 hours?
You see, in aviation, we have a backup for everything.
Okay.
We have multiple levels of safety, security. And it is very rightly to say that the senior air traffic controllers, along with the other airline representatives, have already transitioned to a manual mode while the system is under repair. So to say that the flights are getting delayed because of a system will not be appropriate at this level, because you have a manual system in place which is very well working perfectly fine. And there are people who are accountable for this in case it is, they're well trained for it. Now, in terms of the machine to be corrected, it is a matter of time. I would say I agree with Captain Chopra that it can take about 24 to 48 hours for normalcy to come back. And India is again a third largest aviation market in the world. So such kind of news will create a hype in the Western media also. So we should hold our horses and try and get the morale of all the airlines and all the regulators high.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's needless. It goes without saying. IGIA is, in fact, one of the busiest airports in India, operating 1,500 flights. And despite ATC servers being down, only 500 flights have been delayed, which I think speak to the efficiency of our air traffic control senior engineers, within IGIA airports. Thank you very much, the two of you, for taking time out, for joining us on that very critical story.